I was born into a storm. My mom was a 16-year-old drug addict, and my father was a 36-year-old Hell's Angel. My dad was never around. I was raised by that single mother. And I had many men that would come in and come out and go in and go out, and drugs were always a part of that. And during those times, my mother was a victim of domestic violence over and over again. At 15 years old, my mom was in her bedroom selling drugs to this man. And I'm not really sure to this day what had happened, but something with the deal had went bad, and a scuffle happened in the hallway and came down the hallway and entered the living room. My mother attempted to block the door, and this man punched her so hard that her nose went flat. Seeing her collapse to the floor, I decided at that moment that I had had enough. And I picked a 2x4 up out of the front yard, and I swung it as hard as I could, and I hit this dude right upside the side of the head. And I began to yell at him and tell him to get out and get out. And if there weren't going to be men around my mom, I had decided that I was going to be the man to protect her. And I got punched in the back of the head and knocked to the ground. And when I went to get up, I'd realized that it was my mother who had struck me. And I began to just tell her, my heart, that I'm tired of seeing you get abused. I'm tired of the drugs. I'm tired of the men coming in and out. And she basically told me that if you don't like the way that we live, then you need to get out. And I grabbed a couple things out of my room and I walked out the front door, and I slept on the streets that night. And slowly God began to restore people in my life. God started to restore finances in my life. God started to restore my relationship with my family. I was able to call my parents and begin to rebuild that relationship.